was funny. And we have that person right here who thinks he knows so much about women right here on the couch. He's going to explain to me now. Ebukamic, welcome to Wake Up Nigeria. Okay,
much.
so tell me, where did you study womanhood? Was it womanhood or
You know, when you have been single for most of your life, you know, you start observing what you can't get. You
start
know?
observing why you can't get
Yeah, you start knowing, what, is it me, is it them?
All right.
So then you now find out it's them. It's not you, you understand? It's them.
Well, all the women on this
I didn't say all the women, I didn't say
decided that you need to be single.
When they get
and
to
it's
heaven,
them. It's not you.
When they get to heaven, God will really question them, you know.
God will really question
Their
them.
bad decision making.
Their bad
you know.
decision making.
To leave me.
We will come for you. This is 2023, you know, Abby. Okay,
Please
so
come
now,
for me.
we'll come for you. So now, Ebukamic is definitely a stand-up comedian, of course, also a creative genius and a content creator. So now, tell me about this journey. Where did it start from?
Well, stand-up comedy for me started way back secondary school. I think I did my first show when I was in GS3, I think. So it was a show, and you know, ever since then I got into university. I went to Covenant University. So while I was there,
There are a lot of people who do comedy in Covenant.
yes. While I don't be everything. So yeah, it was actually a great space to do comedy because, you know, there was always the audience.
You needed the comedy.
Yeah, and you know, it's also a training ground because you're using the same, because it's a closed space, so the same subjects you have to constantly create around the same topics. So that helped me to be sharp and all. So Covenant University, I developed that following, and before I got out, I did a couple of, that's what we founded Untitled.
Untitled, yes. I was actually going to talk about Untitled. So now can you tell me about what is Untitled Entertainment?
Yeah, Untitled Entertainment Company is a company that is specially designed to just curate experiences for, we have a demographic we're looking at, which is the younger people, as young millennials, Gen Z, because I'm Gen Z. So we're looking at those people, and we're starting our first foray with stand-up comedy because we discovered that like there was a divide. So you discover that many young people don't really resonate with stand-up comedy, probably because of they don't have people telling their own stories, you know. So a young guy cannot really relate to how his wife or how he bought a land in Lekki and he can't relate to those things. So you see them most stuff on their, you know, gravitating towards skits.
Exactly. So I was going to ask that question now, right? We're in 2023. A lot is happening in the creative space. A lot of people, thanks to COVID, have realized that, you know what, the next thing now is information. So now people are trying to can as much information in content making, skits, and all of that. They believe that's the way to immortalize their legacy, right? Do you understand? Because, I mean, you do stand-up comedy, now you can record it and put it there, but some people believe that in dramatizing it is a more, I don't know, is a better way of presenting it to their audience. Now, you are now leaving that space as a Gen Z and going now back into stand-up. Because even the guys that said stand-up, they seem to be gravitating into, so now tell me, why are you walking
backward? It's not actually backward, it's actually forward because it's only in Nigeria where you have this issue that you just painted. Because abroad, stand-up is getting stronger and stronger by the day.
Is.
Because of the key real issue is we've not hacked the distribution. We've not hacked, like what you said, we've not hacked getting it to everyone. So because of that, and we've not really done enough in terms of gathering our data. Like other entertainment. See Nollywood, they've crossed. You know, you see music, they've crossed. They've been able to leverage internet. You know, but like stand-up is still remaining the same plain old stand-up because of, I think, the people that started this, founding fathers, they've tried, they've pushed it, and they've made it even an industry. So it requires that new, fresh injection that will take it to the next level.
To the next level.
Yeah, so basically, and from, we released the special one, like last month, February, 2 months ago. And it was Mufti, it was a show, concept show about the police.
About the police?
And very hilarious, and it showed like all sides. You know, most of on social media, everybody's looking at police from this terrible side. But we like showed the full picture, and you laugh about it.
Okay, so we actually have one of your videos. We also want to see that right now
just
before we continue that conversation.
Yeah, that's where that video was from.
Oh,
because I was even talking about profiling, so I just linked it to it.
Oh yeah, let's check that out now.
I believe that, we expect too much from the police. Honestly, your demands are too much. Who here has seen a well-meaning family member, somebody that had prospects, future, in your family that decided that I want to be a policeman? Have you ever seen it happen before? No, we allow the worst of us to police the rest of us. So whatever we see, we take it like that. If we want the police to improve, let the best of us police the rest of us. Let them make a law that all first-class graduates by force must go to the police. That I receive when they beg for school. Please give me B. Please. Give me C, please. That time schooling will be different now. Lecturer will just enter. Who didn't do my assignment here? You?
Ah, okay, that was actually funny. You actually are funny.
Yeah.
When did you start realizing you were funny?
Well, something I always knew, I was always funny, I don't think there was any point. What I would say, when did I realize I could do stand-up?
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably around that period I started, actually.
Yeah.
Late primary school, early secondary school. Watching Night of a Thousand, I can never forget. There was a video of basketmouth I watched.
Yeah, so takes me to my next question. Who are the people you look forward to, look up to?
Well, for me, I look up to everyone because there's something to learn from everyone, okay?
Yeah.
Look at basketmouth, you look at the delivery, you look at bovi, you look at the rise, the packaging, look at AY. Everybody has something to, so I like to learn from people. I learn from those above, I learn from those beneath. So there's nobody that I can say I'm really modeling my life after. But
So
people say my stand-up tends to have some elements of Chris Rock in it.
So, and it's funny because I was going to wrap up with that question. So not long ago, we actually saw a stand-up that Chris Rock dropped where he actually addressed the Jada Smith situation.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
So now a lot of people were upset about it. A lot of people thought it was worth it. So now what is your take, especially when it comes to comedy as a tool? Now, some people say that, some people can't seem to draw the line and say, okay, fine, this is a joke. And say, okay, no, you know what, it's not a joke. It's actually an insult or it's violent or instigating. So now where was the difference? First of all, what was your take on the Chris Rock drop? And then
for Chris Rock and what happened with Will Smith,
Yeah.
I think the person that was in the best position to talk about what happened was Chris Rock. Will Smith has been talking. We've heard Will Smith's side. So I think we should hear Chris Rock. And Chris Rock is the one that actually got
of course, so when you
slapped.
heard it, you're the one that got slapped, yes.
So I mean, it's not in my place to say, because we can't eat our cake and have it. We should allow people to say people should express. Now somebody has been assaulted and is expressing his anger. So I feel he should be allowed to say what he wants to say. So far he's not slapping back. So, yeah.
So if it was you in that situation, what would your response be like?
Well, I actually have a show coming up soon, yeah.
And slap you right
and
in the middle of
planted the right bounce, so that
yeah, unreachable. So tell me about this show. What's it gonna be like?
Yeah, I have a show, the 16th this Sunday. Yeah, it's called Ebukamic Live, the first and the last. Right?
It's called
The First and the Last.
The First and the Last.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I've been picking, but anyways, that's not the idea. The idea of The First and the Last is, it's the first time I would actually be doing a stand-alone comedy show. Normally, I like to do collaborative works,
Yeah.
And it's the last because it's probably the last time I'll be seen at that level.
At that level.
Yeah,
Amazing. I like your confidence. You have this very...
It's sure for me, that.
It's sure for... Hey, awesome stuff. God bless you. I come to that.